This video is covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, etc.
So how do you feel about the outcome of today?
Not surprised, honestly.
Oh my God.
Unfortunately, well, fortunately for some, I'm perfectly okay to stand up and accept and do what I need to do as a grown-ass adult. I don't have to run and hide and keep filing a bunch of chicken shit things that she likes to file. Last time I checked, I'm not involved in 3 major court cases.
Oh my God.
I haven't been compelled, and I'm definitely not filing order protections for attorneys.
On an attorney, yeah.
Yeah.
She's crazy, dude.
Certifiable.
I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, I get feeling like entitled, you know what I mean, in some situations, but this one, like, I don't understand why it's virtually impossible to just move on. You know what I mean? It's almost like if she's like that rebellious teenager that, like, if you tell them no, she's just going to do it 20 times worse.
Well, I mean, you have to understand why she can't move on. If she moves on, what is she going to talk about?
I mean,
what else is out there for her to discuss? I mean, she's got a great, I guess she's starting up a cooking show with videos on sink chicken and smashed burnt burritos. And I mean,
stealing dust fan meat. Yeah, we've seen them.
Well, I mean, I guess we should call it roof crack chicken, roof crack sink chicken. There we go.
You said sink chicken?
Yeah, sink chicken. It's what she can bleach that chicken and then sink and all kinds of nasty shit.
So gross. There's a question from PJ. How come they don't correct the CPS 5 report allegations since it's being rumored it was only 5 because follow-ups? Why not clear that up?
I wish I had an answer for that. What I do know, there are people who need content. There are people who need to speak and give misinformation and misdirection, and that is their choice. However, a person with a brain and anybody who's been able to see the CPS reports should be able to see that there's actually only 3 CPS reports, and they'll be able to distinguish that. Now, I'm not going to go into what these CPS reports say. I will make this statement out there. If they ever are eligible to come to light, there's going to be some people who are going to have quite a bit of backpedaling to do. Then unfortunately, that's on them, not on us.
That's facts.
He ain't never shied away from them, so I'm not going to shy away from asking him. What do you think of BHB's tattoo? I think the question was actually, what do you think of BHB's horrid tattoo?
If I was Betty, I would have probably read Tennessee state statute laws, because it's actually having an order of protection.
Oh my God.
Actually against the law to have that tattoo put on her body. Might be one of something she should have probably reviewed.
Damn. That's crazy too, because we've all been asking for the longest time. Is there not some sort of legality with that in her currents? It's not, like, probably if I wanted to go get something like that, okay, but in her situation, is there not sort of like some legality issue with that? So that's good to know.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, and I'm saying this with all due respect, I think before you considered getting a tattoo of our son on your body, I definitely would have gotten my legal affairs wrapped up first before I would have proceeded with that. But ugliness and spitefulness and all this is what it is. From what I understand, she got one and some family member got one, and it's great. Katie got a tattoo. I'm not going to take it away from her.
Oh my God.
But I would just suggest that she should have probably read up on it first and foremost.
American Justice has a question. Is about Katie's tattoo, and is that in relation to Sebastian? Well, it says in memory of Sebastian, but so I'll ask it the way it's asked, right? Is Katie's tattoo in memory of Sebastian?
It's for Sebastian. I wouldn't say it's in memory of. I mean, I don't know the way I don't know if that's like a hit as in like he's passed on or what, but the tattoo is her love of Sebastian. It's also a symbol of hope, and it also has the cross in it. So
I don't get anything from that tattoo. Like most people, they got to put a spin on everything.
Well, I mean, it's a mom's love for her son. I mean, it's his favorite color. It's a heart, and it has a cross on it.
I just did the same thing.
She loves her son.
With baby Clue, like literally just got matching heart tattoos, so whatever.
But as far as our house goes, I mean, our house was searched over 10 times from various groups, and I'm talking anything and everything underneath the house in the attic. Infrared, heat sources, I mean, you name it, they searched, and everything was open to law enforcement. Not one thing has ever been said no. Everything has been opened.
That is the one thing I wish that people just knew, how like cooperative you guys were, right? Like you can always get the feeling when like people are like trying to hide something or whatever, and you don't, like you two, there's never like a stop, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy to me.
The due process has to be done correctly, which because they filed it TPPA, and the judge ruled on it and he dismissed it. She has the right to file an appeal for that, and it can only be heard at the Court of Appeals. So there's 3 courts of appeals in Tennessee. You have East, Middle, and West Tennessee. The Court of Appeal that will hear this will be in Middle Tennessee. When, we do not know. That court is not very fast moving. They get a lot of appeals, so they have to go through them carefully, diligently, and make sure everything's kosher.
my God.
So no, there's no date set or anything like that, but it will probably take a little bit of time. With that being said, the judge did say today that everything is in a stay motion, and that the order of protections are still in play. And at some point in time, we will either have to consider renewing them or extending them, basically, which I'm sure we will, and we'll go forward from there.
Oh my God.
You guys keep telling me the oh my God is still on. I'm aware.
Oh my God.
This is how I do my show. You don't have to be here and watch it. Thank you. Have a good day.
Misinformation, it's always going to happen because somebody's going to get their feelings hurt one way or another, and they're just going to push information out there. So I think one of the recent ones I've heard I thought was the funniest was, apparently I was on a dating website, went to a bar with some young lady and left her there.
Bumble. Bumble.
Don't even know
was
what
the site.
I don't even know what that is, but that's okay. I don't go to bars. I'm not going to drink first and foremost and drive. And I mean, if some young lady got drunk at a bar and says she went on a date with me, come forward, show your face, show your name.
That's my thing. Like, people who bring stuff to YouTube like that, they're typically like, they want that interview, they want that talk, right? But everything they say, and not to mention that started with Thelma or Clutch Them Nuts, and quite frankly, he also fabricated a ad where your house was for sale. So, I mean, at some point, you got to consider the source.
Yeah.
Somebody had the question, and it's moved. So yeah, it's moving fast, but it is a good question. They asked about does correcting the misinformation that gets put out help, or do you wish people would just stop with it altogether? Stop trying to correct it and just stop addressing it?
It's 50-50. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. If people have information that they know is false and they can't correct it, sure, go ahead and correct it. I'm kind of torn. I don't really know.
Oh my God.
You know, keeping Sebastian's name out there, and notice I said Sebastian's name, not mine, Katie's, and Seth, and anybody else's. If you keep Sebastian's name out there, that's awesome. But lately, from what I've been hearing and seeing, and it's not about Sebastian.
Oh my God.
It's about, which I think is funny. I think you call her Butterhead.
Butterhead.
Or cellulitis crater face or some shit.
No, Crater Face is Betty.
Well, now her name
Oh,
is
okay.
now her name is Louise.
Louise, yeah.
Louise, okay.
Louise, sorry, Louise.
You've got all these creators out there that do nothing but just go at each other, and they're causing a bunch of drama, and it's like, I don't understand what that does for any cases. And to be true crime, the drama is not part of true crime, I don't believe.
Oh my
Should be
God.
facts, things that can be proven, not the rest of it. I just,
Oh my God.
whatever.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think, you mean April 16th, Buckeye? No, I don't think she has to be there on April 16th anymore, right?
Okay, so the summons was signed on March 25th. It was served today for that court hearing on April 16th. We still have to go because we were summoned. However, do I know if that court case will go forward? Probably not, because she has the appeal going to the appellate court. I think that has to be determined first before Sumner County would move forward with a criminal case.
Oh my God.
So to speak. So I'm willing to bet that's going to be pushed farther down the line until we get in front of the appellate court.
Didn't think you would address this, but do you want to address what happened outside the courtroom? Because I know it's already been talked about and misinformation has been put out there about it.
Yeah, I mean, I got no problem. So court was in recess. It ended. We go outside. I walked outside, and my mom was engaged with another young lady having a discussion, and it was a little heated. And to keep it from escalating, I went over there and got in the middle of it. To keep it from escalating even farther, like, yes, I did. I told my mom, look, enough is enough. Go home, get away from here. There's no fist being thrown. Bullhorn Betty likes to say she was standing on the 5th floor looking out the window saying this was much more, this is funnier than some comedy show or a soap opera. You know, you're getting your information from a source who's lied on the court stand 5 times and perjured herself. She can't own up to anything she's done. She's fighting losing battles across the board. I'd love to know how her court case with Queen Bee ends up, you know?
Oh, yeah. And of
Once
course,
again,
if
like I
that
said,
protective order gets granted, you know what I mean?
yeah. Well, I mean, when you tell one law or one courtroom, you make $200,000 and you tell another courtroom you make about $30,000, you know, Betty's probably understand that shit is, you know, evidentiary in court, no matter where you go.
Titans fan is asking, is there anything to the lights at 3 a.m. and was there a car?
I'm taking this as in reference to the Mob Cruise video.
Yeah, the one he's done 157,216 times.
Another.
Yeah. To go ahead and tell you that, the one lights and the time on the videos are actually wrong. Law enforcement has confirmed that. The one looks like it's running down or something. That was actually the gentleman taking his trash can to the street. He has already admitted to that. When you look at the screen, the second light, who's ever holding a camera is moving, but every light in the video can be pinpointed. They know exactly where it is. There was no vehicle that like stops, pulls in. There is a newspaper vehicle that comes in the neighborhood. Every other vehicle in the neighborhood has or is accounted for. Law enforcement had put that out there. And to come back and dispute that, I think you're a bit of a fool. Yes, I'm going to say this out loud. Mob Crew, I think you're a fool. If you think that your technology is any better than Montgomery County's, FBI's, TBI's, and the Secret Service.
Fair enough. I won't argue that. I will not argue that.
Ask Chris what he thinks about Betty saying the 4 POs were vacated.
They were not vacated.
Did she say that?
If she thinks they're vacated, then by all means, she's here for 2 weeks.
Oh,
Find
my
out.
God.
Oh my God.
Oh, here's a good one for you.
Partly you're wrong for that.
Says Betty's breakfast burrito or BJ's crock pot.
I'll starve.
That's what I would have chosen too. She'll probably stay here. I mean,
honestly, I'd probably rather eat out of my own damn trash can before I tried any of that shit.
Shelby Lynn says, Chris and Katie, can you please hit the thumbs up? It really helps the algorithm. That's a dig at Butter.
Would everybody in the chat please hit the thumbs up? It helps with our algorithm to get the new channel out there to the nation. Helps us get recognized.
See how good that was? We need to clip that. And Ann wants you to know, did you know BHB still watches your campsites?
She's got to find it first.
Is there a nickname or this is wishful thinking, Fafo 2025 said, is there a nickname or birthmark Sebastian goes by or answers to? And then I guess a birthmark that's identifiable.
Sebastian has, it's not quite a cluster, but it's like 3 or 4 freckles on his neck. It'll be on the right side. So if you're looking at him, it's his right side of his neck. And they're not, like I said, they're kind of like in a line area. They almost look like beauty marks. That is very identifiable. He tends to walk on the balls of his feet. He does have what they call pigeon chest. So the cartilage in his chest bone is growing, but it's growing outward. So it kind of looks like one side of his chest kind of sticks up a little farther than the other side. Hence why he had the breastplate on. Trying to think. He's got that run that he likes to do.
The Naruto run.
Yeah. The
Naruto.
Naruto guy. Yep, he runs like that. That's very identifiable. His smile is very identifiable. When he smiles real big, like goofiness, he's got this huge smile. And his teeth are kind of out there, and he squints his eyes, kind of thing. If his hair is grown out and he doesn't brush it, he's got a real gnarly cowlick. I mean, he can make alfalfa jealous.
In the front, is that what you're talking about?
No, in the back. In the back,
back.
he's got the cowlick. So the swirl. Man, it's always been a struggle to get it to lay down. But man, when that thing's long, boy, that thing will stick up. That's very identifiable.
Someone asked a few times, and we're talking, so I didn't. What was his favorite subject in school?
He loved math, science. If he got to read what he wanted to read, he loved reading the Minecraft books. I think I think his dad had some couple books that he would read. Let's see what else. I mean, I'm pretty sure PE is always a favorite with every kid. But yeah, math and science, I know for a fact, were some of his favorite.
Daisy Duke. They've said before he's not a big hat fan.
No,
right?
Unfortunately, we got him a bunch of hats, but he doesn't really wear hats.
All right, that about covers it for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Make sure to turn your bell notifications on. Until next time, be well.